Alright, welcome back to Cooking with a Veteran. I'm very excited today to announce that my coins are coming in tomorrow. I can't wait to see them and show them to you. Very exciting thing for me to have, you know, my own little challenge coins. I love the idea. You know, if you've never served in the military, you know, challenge coins are something that we normally would give to people that we have great honor and respect for. Your commanders give them to you. I have quite a few from over the years. I have some from, you know, the Army. I have a few Navy ones, a couple Air Force ones, a few Marine ones, and I have some from the VFW and different commanders in the VFW. So my challenge coins are coming in. I'm very excited about that. I showed you the design before, so I can't wait till they're here. Alright, so as promised today, I'm going to be cooking up some baked ziti. I'm not using ziti pasta. I couldn't find the pre-made. They do have it. This is the already cooked pasta that comes in a package. It's fresh pasta. What I love about this is you know, this is great for a one-pot dish, and that's what I'm teaching you today, is how to do a one-pot dish. I'm using my large enameled pan here, casserole slash pan, and I'm going to make everything in here and stick it in the oven, and we're going to have some beautiful fresh baked ziti. I'm using penny, which is similar to, and you can really use what you want. I mean, I like the cheese raviolis are kind of nice with this kind of dish. Alright, I picked this up. Remember, I went to Lodge. I saw this and I had to get it. Alright, I love this idea. Look at that. No mess. Olive oil right in the pan. Alright, so it's a pretty simple recipe, which is another great thing that I love. I'm going to start off with, my pan is getting, give it another moment. My pan is getting hot. Okay, I've got some shallot onion, some red onion mixed together. I have some green, red, and yellow pepper. I'm going to put that in there. And I also chopped up a little bit of some frying pepper that I got to add a little bit of a kick to it. Normally, if I was making this just for me, I would use hot Italian sausage, but, you know, I'm making this, I'm going to share it with some friends, and they're not big on the spicy food like I am. They like a little bit of kick, but not as much as I do. Alright, so that's going. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put the onions and the peppers in there. Okay, I got my onions and my peppers. I'm going to put in my frying pepper, which again just gives it a little bit of a kick, but not a ton. Okay. We'll go ahead. And I'm going to let this saute. Alright. I want them to be soft, but I don't want to burn them. Alright. I'm going to make sure that I turn my heat down a little bit. Alright, while that's going, let me talk about some of the other things that I have here. So I have some nice, this is some mild Italian sausage. I didn't want to use the sweet either. I mean, if I was mixing up with hot, I would use half hot, half sweet. But this is some mild Italian sausage that I got here. I got my pasta. I have some pasta sauce along with some finely chopped tomato. I have my ricotta cheese. I have some mozzarella for the top. I have some Parmesan. I like a really cheesy baked ziti. You know, I really love a good, nice going, cheesy kind of baked ziti. You don't have to put as much cheese as I do. And I've seen people put different things. I've seen them put sour cream and stuff. I don't do all that. I stick to a very simple, traditional, some ricotta cheese, okay, some mozzarella for the top to create. And then I have a special, this is, now I'm trying to think. This is a, excuse me for a second. I picked it up, but I forgot already what I picked up earlier to the serve. And I couldn't think of the word. This is a nice pecorino, okay, romano that I picked up. And I'm going to use that to create a kind of a crust. Let's check on our peppers and onions. Alright. Those are sauteing up nicely. I'm going to go ahead at this time. I'm going to add in my sausage. Okay. And I'm using a lot of sausage. I like a lot of meat in my zitis. You don't have to. You don't even have to use meat. You know, but traditionally, if you do it, it's not with beef. I know I see a lot of people will put ground beef. You can do that too if you want to. But traditionally, they would use some nice Italian sausage. Alright, I'm going to let that cook up a little bit. Alright, so as I said, you know, tomorrow I have my coins coming in. I also have, if you notice, I have some little rubber duckies. I was looking online because I have a Jeep, you know, that duck Jeep thing. And they had a very limited, just 4 left of these chef rubber duckies. And I thought they were so cool. I was like, I have to get them. And so I'm going to look at, you know, how I'm going to distribute these. I might just make it a special deal. You know, if you give a certain donation to the program, certain sponsorship, you can get yourself a nice rubber ducky. It'll be very limited. But that'll be coming out in the next couple of days. Like I said, as the coins come in, I want to show everybody the coins. I want to have them here before I start talking about selling them. Okay? Alright. That's coming along beautiful. And this is what I love about using this pot, is that, like I said, it's a one pot. That's my oven. I was thinking for a moment the fire alarm was about to go off. It's a one pot dish if you do it this way. You know, a lot of people, they complain about, you know, when they make like something like a baked ziti, you know, they're boiling pasta in one pot, they're cooking their meat, they're making their sauce, and then they got to put it together all in a pan. Okay, this way you get it all mixed together. You'll ask what I'm putting in here. I'm putting in some. I got some nice, this nice Italian herbs thing. It's got some. Let's see what it has. It has some basil. It's got some oregano. It's got some parsley. Okay. It's just a nice little thing. I don't have big chunks, so that when I'm cooking, you know, I'm not looking to take out bay leaves or thyme leaves or anything else like that. It's all in there. The thyme, the rosemary, the oregano, it's all in there. Alright. This is coming along beautifully. About another minute of cooking up the meat. Okay. You know, another reason why I'm making these dishes is that, you know, there's not a lot of Italian restaurants down here by me. And if you grew up in New York, if you grew up in, you know, Long Island or New York City, There's a lot of Italian food. Christmas we could have baked ziti, even if you weren't Italian, right? You know, you had a choice. You either had, you know, baked ziti, and some other, you know, some sausage and pepper kind of thing going on, or you might go the opposite direction and you might do Chinese food. But I love some baked ziti. I love a good pasta dish. I don't eat as much pasta. If you remember, I was saying some time ago that, you know, there was a time when I was like really big. I mean, I know I'm still big, mostly because I love to eat, as you can see. But there was a time when I was really big. I was almost 370 pounds at one point in my life when depression was setting in. And part of what helped me lose some of that weight was I reduced the amount of pasta that I was eating. Okay, because pasta's easy, and I would just eat a lot of it, you know. So I kind of reduced down some, but I still love a really good pasta dish. Okay. Let's look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Making sure that, you know, getting all that redness out, breaking this up. I don't want large chunks of the Italian sausage in there. I really want to break it up. Alright, so that's almost done. And now it's time, at this time, because this is the fresh pasta, if you get the fresh pasta, whether it be from an Italian store or from the market or whatever, this is the time that you put it in, because it's almost al dente, right? And you just want to kind of cook it up some, break it up, but you also want to get that flavor in there, right? You want to get the flavor of the sausage, of the peppers, of the onions, of the seasoning, okay? You want to get that all in there. Alright, so that's coming along beautifully. Look at that. You know, I feel like I should be playing some Italian music here, right? Hey Google, play Italian music. Let's see if it does something. Alright, as that's cooking up, I'm going to take my mozzarella. I got some nice fresh mozzarella, freshest kind of mozzarella. You can get these in a beautiful Italian store, some nice mozzarella. I'm going to make some nice slices of this, okay, to put on top of my ziti here. Alright, got some nice slices of mozzarella there. Let me see how this is going. Oh, it's beautiful. And I have this going at a medium, okay? I'm not trying to burn the food, alright, get things stuck to the bottom, things like that. Alright. So that's been about 2 minutes. The pasta is al dente, which is great, just what I want. Plenty of meat in there. Like I told you, I like a lot of meat in my dishes like this. I could add more pasta if I wanted to, but I'm just cooking for me and 2 friends, so I don't need a ton of food here. Okay. Alright, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my ricotta cheese. And you notice that I have my ricotta cheese sitting in a bowl. You know, I try not to take it straight from the container into the dish. You want to let it sit a little bit. You want to let it loosen up some. Okay, so I'm using about half a cup of ricotta here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix this in. It's going to create a nice creamy sauce here. And again, I'm continuing to cook the pasta, you know, This is why I'm going to get my, this kind of slide across the top. This is the problem with having a glass top. You know, the pan is kind of just sliding across. Another cool thing I picked up at Lodge, I saw this, I had to get it. Reminds me of the old Army uniforms we used to wear. For those of you that were in the military in the 90s. Okay. Alright. That's coming along beautifully. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Oops, you're not seeing it. Sorry about that. I thought I was getting better with the multicam. I guess I still have some work to do. Alright, so look at that. That's beautiful. Alright. Nice ricotta cheese mixed in there. I'm going to add in some of my shredded Parmesan. I'm going to mix that around in there. Okay. And you notice as I'm mixing this around, part of what I'm doing is scraping along the bottom. I'm making sure that none of the pasta or the meat is totally sticking to the bottom. Alright? I want to make sure that it's loose. I don't want it to stick to the bottom. Alright, now that I've got in my ricotta cheese and my Parmesan cheese, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in my tomato sauce. And again, you know, you don't have to do it this way, okay? You can cook it all separately, you know, the way you have traditionally. You don't have to put meat in. None of these things do you have to do, all right? I'm just trying to show you a nice way to get a great meal in a one-pot dish, okay? And you want to measure it out. So you notice, like, nothing is over the top here, okay? I don't have too much pasta, I don't have too much meat, I don't have too much sauce. It's all sticking within the pot. And that's important, not just for cooking on the countertop, but, you know, we're going to put this in the oven, and what we don't want is all this leaking over into the oven. Okay. Alright, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Okay. Now, one of the great things I love, you know, Lodge cast irons, they carry the heat. I love that. So I'm actually going to turn this off at this point. The pasta is still cooking, the meat is still cooking, the sauce is still cooking, and this pot is holding that heat in there. Okay, and the reason I'm going to cut this off now is because I'm going to get it ready. I'm going to cheese it up on top, okay, and I'm going to get it ready to go into the oven. I'm going to first put some more of my Parmesan cheese just right on top. Just going to sprinkle it right on top. Like I said, I love a really cheesy ziti. Okay, one of my favorite things. I'm going to put in some mozzarella. And of course, you know, what cheeses you use, that's totally up to you. You can use whatever cheese you want. Okay. Alright, I got my mozzarella on top. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle on the grated cheese here. I'm going to create a crust top for this. Beautiful. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to stick this right inside of my oven here. I preheated my oven at 375. Alright, so I'm going to take this and stick it inside my oven. I'm going to let that cook up for about 20-25 minutes or until there's a nice golden crust on top. And that is how you make a one-pot baked ziti. Very simple, doesn't take long. You know, I kind of wish that this would tell me like how long I was on here. It hasn't told me how long, and I haven't really been following. I think about 15 minutes I've been on here. Okay, so 15 minutes, to set it all up, put it in the pot, get it going, stick it in the oven, let it cook a little bit, and boom, you got some nice baked ziti. I hope you enjoyed joining me on this episode of Cooking with the Veteran. To all my brothers and sisters out there, be safe around the world. We hope that you come home soon, okay? If you're in Italy, you know, send me some pictures of some of the food that you have going on in Italy. I love good Italian food. On our next episode, that we come back and we're cooking, I'm going to show you how to make my chicken marsala, okay? Not masala, which is like in Indian, it's marsala, okay? Which is made with some nice marsala wine, okay? So I'll show you how to make that on the next episode. Please make sure you like, share, follow. And as always, until next time, hoorah.